Hello everyone, today I have a video for you that I wish was around before I went to uni. I'm going to be speaking about my personal experience at uni and all the things that I wish I knew before I went, all the things that I learned the hard way, and also some things that I put up a Q&A on my Instagram story, and some people said what they wanted to know about uni or what they wish they knew before they went to uni. So I'm going to be speaking about all those wonderful things, and if you enjoy this video please like and subscribe. And also, can we just talk about how much cooler it is outside now? I am so glad. I'm not someone who loves the heat or the cold that much, so this is like so much better for me. Comment down below if you're a hot or cold weather person. Anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, so I have a few things written down on my phone. The first one is, don't fake your personality to the people you meet to suit them. Real friends will want you for you. Basically, when I first went to uni, I was living in halls. I'd moved away for the first time. Everything was a bit like stressful but also new and exciting. Anyway, I was with friends, well, people that in halls in first year you literally just get chucked together. Who you meet is a completely out of luck if you get on with them or not, and some in first year I absolutely did, and I'm living with them in third year and I just cannot wait, and some in first year I just didn't get on with, and that is absolutely fine. Just be you, because there will always be people that don't like you, and there will always be people that will absolutely love you for you. So my advice is just be true to yourself and don't try and fake interest in something that you're not really interested in, for I don't know, cars for example, because it will only catch you out down the line. And also, if you don't get on with the people in your halls in first year, it's not the end of the world. You're only there for a year. It's not even that. So most university courses finish in May time, so you'll be home by then anyway. And my course did finish in July each year. I'm about to go into third year. The next point is, moving out at the first time will be a shock. As an anxious person, I really struggled with this. I didn't realise what a huge stepping stone moving out would be, because I'd never lived on my own before, and I think that the university experience has definitely helped me be prepared. I was pretty independent before, but now I'm even more independent, and I'm so glad that all of the uni experiences I've had, good and bad, have prepared me to move out in future. And also it teaches you a lot about money management, because I never had to pay rent, luckily, before I moved out, and then when you get your student finance and stuff, you really have to learn how to budget if you don't already know that. So I think that's a really good thing about the university experience. The next thing is, don't buy loads of random stuff, because you will not need it. You don't need random stuff like a kettle and a toaster and an ironing board. All your hall should provide that stuff. You don't need to go out and buy literally everything under the sun, because you will not use it. I don't think I've ironed anything in first year, and if I did, I used my straighteners, so do with that what you will. Someone asked me what actually happens in freshers. What if getting bevved isn't your thing? That is totally fine. I didn't go out loads in freshers. I went out, I think, twice in first year and twice in second year. We had 2 weeks of freshers, which was great. There are some really great nights out. They do my uni did UV paint parties and dress up, I don't know, random fancy dress parties and white t-shirt parties and all stuff like that, and all great things that if you are into that you will enjoy. But if you're not into just getting drunk all of the time, I'm not a huge drinker, but I do like going out, socialising, that sort of thing, freshers is a great way to meet new people. And also, I found that a lot of the time in freshers, the first week, you don't do loads with your course. You just might do maybe an enrolment and then a get to know your class sort of thing. Also, it's just a great time to learn, your surroundings from where you live, and also meet new people, spend quality time with your hallmates and your classmates, and get to know people really. I had a few questions about accommodation. The first one was, how soon is accommodation allocated after results? Normally it's the same day if you haven't already got an unconditional offer. I didn't have an unconditional, I don't think, for anything. Basically, I went through one course, I was going to do physio, and then I decided basically through clearing literally about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks before my course was about to start, that I wanted to be a nurse. So I just rang them up. I was like, hi, can I like do this? Went through all the uni like interview process again. Why I did that to myself, I don't know. But here we are, and I'm actually really glad. That's probably the best thing I've ever done. The whole clearing thing is super simple actually when you know, and the university explain it really well. I'm not going to go into too much depth because yeah, that's just, I don't know loads about it, but basically what happened for me is that you just communicate with the uni. They speak to your previous like education, confirm all your results and everything, and then you go through the whole student finance side of it and they explain their stuff, and it's actually a pretty simple process once you get your head around it. How soon in first year should you be looking at accommodation for second year? A lot of the people in my year group, they started looking at accommodation in October, November time, which seems so early because by that point you don't really know who you want to live with. I know a lot of people who also wait till like November. I personally waited till December. Actually no, I didn't. I waited till like February, which seems so late, but I swear it gets earlier and earlier every single year. Well, in first year I didn't really know who I wanted to live with in second year, so I thought, oh, I'll go into halls and it'll be fine, because in first year I ended up with a pretty like decent budget of people. In second year my flatmates were absolutely amazing and I was so lucky to end up with such a great bunch of people. Shout out Flat 18. Anyway, I had such a great second year, and honestly, like, if you don't know who you want to live with and you just want to go through like the random halls allocation again, that is absolutely fine. That's what I did. It's not really like the done thing, if you know what I mean, but it honestly does not matter in the slightest, and I had a really great like second year. Something else that was said was, are meal plans useful and what sort of things do you cook at uni? It's so useful to know what you're cooking at uni, because you don't want to be the person that is just trying to cook absolutely like silly things. Along with the second question, which is what foods can be frozen. My flatmate in first year, he tried to put a raw chicken breast, which was frozen, in a pan and just cook it on a pan. Like, he didn't defrost it or anything. Don't be that person. He also put a baguette in the like I don't know if it was like a baguette or like a garlic bread stick thing, and he put that in the oven and then fell asleep and forgot about it, and we walked into the kitchen and the whole flat was like smoky, and this garlic bread was black. I mean, like, there was no saving that. It was crisp, it was burnt, it was just, yeah. What foods can be frozen? Basically anything that is meat can be frozen before it's cooked, and actually after it's cooked as well. Just make sure you fully defrost it before you heat it up, and you can do that by leaving it for a day or something in your fridge, and the day you get it out, the day before you want to eat it, that'd be fine. Pretty much anything that isn't like cereal or fruit, don't freeze fruit and veg, because it just doesn't, you can if you want, but it just doesn't taste the same when it comes out. It's lost all the nutrients when you defrost it in the water, so it just doesn't really taste too much. You can even freeze bread and milk, which is honestly a lifesaver. You can't freeze fresh produce like eggs. That, don't even try it. Yeah, those are the main things. Anything that's been cooked you can freeze and defrost, and yeah, that's basically it, like the general rule really. And as for meal planners, I did use this because I found it so much easier to budget when shopping. I shopped a lot at Lidl and Aldi in first year. I didn't so much in second year just because they were quite a way away for the second place that I moved to. But Lidl and Aldi are such a great place to shop. They have great alternatives, they're cheap, and they're very student friendly. They have basically everything you can need, and you don't really need to spend loads either. I often find myself getting so much more for my money than I did at, I don't know, places like Tesco, Sainsbury's, just because Aldi and Lidl are that much cheaper. I definitely would advise planning your meals, because you will be able to budget, and that is the main thing. Also, you won't have loads of food going off you suddenly need to use up because it's fresh or something like that. And don't buy loads of milk, because unless you like absolutely going to drink it, but because that will go off and no one wants to share a flatmate's stinky milk in the fridge, so yeah, don't do that. I had a meal planner that was just given to me. I think I just actually picked it up at the stationery, like Wilko or something, and it was about £1, and literally just had like the days of the week, each meal, and then you just whack in what you're going to write, and that's great. Another thing about food is bulk cooking. As a student nurse, I do a lot of shifts where I want a hot meal that I don't really want to have to do loads for. I don't want to have to cook a full-on, like, I don't know, curry the night every single night before a shift, because if you're doing back-to-back shifts, that is not gonna, you just don't want to be spending your time in between doing that. You want to spend your time relaxing and winding down from the day. So what I did was cook things like in a big dish, like lasagna or shepherd's pie, or I'd make double portions of pasta. So I'd go home, cook myself some pasta with the sauce, but do like twice the amount of pasta and then have it for the next day. And the thing about bulk cooking is when people, well, my boyfriend came out quite a lot, and in first and second year, luckily for me, he used to be a chef, which is just amazing luck. And he cooked like some nicer things for me, like curries and things that we could bulk cook. And I bought these plastic tubs, and they're just like kind of like Chinese takeaway tubs, that sort of size. And we put them in the freezer, and then when I had a shift, I just take it out the night before, leave it in the fridge or on the side to defrost, and then put it in the microwave at work, and you've got a healthy, nutritious meal. Oh, and one other thing about food shopping: if you see like deals for meat, for example, then, and it say it's frozen or it's not frozen but it's cheap, then you can always get the meat and freeze it once, and then as long as you're going to eat it like right after it's cooked, or not freeze it, and again, basically. My last point is about what a huge shock I had at higher education, just because of the grading systems and everything. When I went to university, my previous education was college. It was pretty chill, pretty lax, and I was kind of like putting in, you know, the effort, but I definitely could have put in more. Anyway, when I went to uni, they expect 110% from you. If you're not an independent person before, you definitely will be after, because the amount of self-study and how you manage your time is really emphasised at uni. So if you need help, ask for help. Don't be the person that just sits there and stresses out because you won't ask for help. That's just going to make life harder, and you really don't need that, especially if it's your first time moving away from home. And I think that is my last point. Okay everyone, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that was useful. I hope that was some genuine insight into what uni life is like, and my experiences and a few other people's experiences. And I really hope that if you are going to uni, that you got the results you needed in this whole clearing and results day mess because of COVID. I'm sorry if you've been downgraded because of that, but fingers crossed for you that you still get where you want to be. And if you're watching this, I hope you have such an amazing time at uni. You're going to meet some of your best friends, and you're going to have such an amazing time in halls. You're going to meet loads of people in your course, and you're just going to have an overall just amazing time. I can't express what amazing people I've met at uni that I would not have met if I did not go. So yeah, that was the video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and comment down below if you're going to uni this year, and I will be in the comments when this goes live. See you very soon. Bye!